Run It Studios is the home of the Run Radio podcast and runradio.net, a podcast and station about the relentless, resilient, and innovative types, inspiring strides in life, business, and beyond. Welcome back to the Run Radio podcast. My name is Trina Wilcox, and my guests today have been doing very important work in the community for a very long time. I want to welcome Amber and Carl with Harmony House. How are you doing today?
Very well.
Good morning. Hi.
So Harmony House is a name a lot of people have probably heard here in the Ozarks, but maybe they don't know exactly what you guys do. Let people know what you guys have been doing and how long you've been doing it.
1976 is when we started, very grassroots, from just a church foundation. Some women in a church recognized that there were some ladies that needed help, and they took them into their homes, and from that blossomed Harmony House. We've had a progression over the years. Started over on Cherry Street with our first shelters, and in 2017 we moved over to the space we're in now, right off 65 in Battlefield. Obviously, it's not a secret place. We've got a big old billboard right out there on the highway, which has been very beneficial to people as they've been passing by. They see the number, and we've had just people stop in and people call. So we have 168 beds, 41 rooms, and rarely empty. That is the reality of domestic violence, domestic abuse in the area. Is it spans all generations and all livelihoods. It affects people in their jobs. It affects people in their homes, and we're here to help. We're a resource.
So what's that like for somebody needing this resource? If they're in a situation, what do they need to start doing? How do they get headed towards you?
Sure. We encourage anybody that's experiencing intimate partner violence to call our hotline number. It's 417-864-SAFE. And like Amber said, we're often full here at Harmony House, but that doesn't mean that there aren't services that we can provide to help people. And even if you're not sure, you can call and you can speak to one of our advocates, and they're trained to sort of walk you through and ask questions to figure out what is best for your situation, and they can help with referral to case management for, legal things that may need to happen, or housing things that need to happen, or get you set up to get to safety and to our shelter, or to another way to get to safety also.
Do you only cater to the needs of women and children, or do you help out men too?
That's for everybody. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men experience domestic violence in their lifetimes. And all genders and entire families. Interestingly enough, Harmony House is the largest shelter of children in the state of Missouri because of the amount of kids that we have here, and over half of the population of Harmony House are children at any given moment throughout the year.
So it's a big job. It's a big undertaking. What kinds of things do you need from the public? What do you need from other businesses? What do you need from people that we don't need, you need help from?
We do have a donation center. So that's one of the first things that comes to mind for people when they're wanting to help, is what kinds of things can they donate. And we take clothing, we take household items, think basic needs when you're starting off a child and going to college. So, kitchen goods and bathroom, toiletries, bedding, those types of things. Those are the things that we keep in-house for when we have exits that are successful into their own housing. We have volunteer needs in both our kitchen. We have volunteer needs in the donation center and at our front desk, receiving calls and receiving visitors. We also have a big need in the kitchen. So at any given time, we're probably feeding at least 50 to 60 people for every meal. We provide 3 squares a day. And we're looking for small groups, church groups, fraternal groups, whatever the case may be, of people that we might want to provide a meal once a month on a weekend. So we need lunches and dinners on weekends. We'd love to get something set up on a rotational basis where people are coming in faithfully every month and providing those meals. That's actually one of our biggest needs right now. We've been very fortunate to get donations of food from so many very generous providers. So we do have a staff here that cooks fresh homemade meals every day of the week and on weekends. So anything that we could do to supplement that, to give our staff a little bit of a break on the weekends and provide just some help and support to the folks that are here as well. Those are some of the main items. As far as funding, I mean, you can't run this without staff, without the programs. Our advocates are on duty 24/7, 365. They do not get a day off. And well, they get a day off because it's rotational, but you know, we have to be able to pay our employees and keep the lights on. This is previously this was a hotel. So, you know, we have the utilities that are needed here. So we are always looking for support from funding to be able to do the day-to-day operational needs, to keep open, to stay open. Anything else you want to add to that, Carl?
I always like to mention too that for just $35, you can support one survivor for 24 hours at Harmony House. And includes all the services and all the meals. And I know that we love to be able to share that too, because we're good stewards with the finances that are provided to us, and we really make the most out of all the money that's given to us to make sure that survivors get the best chance at healing that we can provide.
So where would someone go to make that donation, that contribution for you guys?
You can head to our website, myharmonyhouse.org, and at the top there's, you know, how can I help? And you can check out, there's a link that says donate money, or one that says, you know, donate goods. And like Amber mentioned, that's updated with, you know, some critical needs stuff as far as donate goods. I mean, we're always looking for toilet paper. Obviously, there's a lot of people that live here. And but if there's anything in particular, maybe it's coffee, maybe it's laundry detergent, things like that. So if you're looking to donate goods, you can check out that page, or if you'd like to make a financial contribution, you can head to donate money.
Excellent. Tell me about one of the success stories that stands out in your mind that you've seen from the beginning to the end. Of course, no names are necessary, it can be completely anonymous, but something that has just made you confident about how important this is.
Well, when I talk about successful move outs, it takes approximately 7 times for somebody to leave their abuser. You know, either leaving their home, they're leaving the things that they're familiar with. But those instances where people come to us and they are on their own, they have to make those decisions of, you know, how they're going to transition. And, you know, we've had folks that have been with us for up to a year. And before they were ready and had things in place that it was safe for them to be out on their own. And, you know, those we don't have a cap on how long people can stay with us, as long as they are doing the programs and doing the steps that they need to become independent and successful when they do finally move out. And yeah, so those are the ones that I look at and I'm just like, you know, it's not an easy road. It's not an easy task. They're living their daily lives. They're going to work. They've got, you know, kids in school. This is their home for the time being. And then to be able to make that transition to start their own home again and do it on their own. Multiple stories come to mind, but that is what makes our work here so rewarding, is knowing that we've provided a pathway for healing and success.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about iCare. So every year, a lot of posts start going up and people have the eye patches on. What is that all about?
Sure. iCare is a domestic violence awareness campaign. We do that during the month of October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we're looking to partner with as many businesses, organizations, individuals that would like to help share the word about Harmony House, but also share that, you know, it's a message to the community that survivors are not alone, and that we are there to, you know, to talk and to help, and that there's resources available. And with the businesses, we want people to share that, you know, with their employees and everything. You never know at what business someone might be experiencing domestic violence, and just knowing that their employer or their management team is supportive of what they're going through, or is willing to hear what they're going through, that may be all the difference in them seeking help and, you know, getting some healing and moving on with their life in a better way. And on the other hand too, iCare also supports us financially. We encourage all participants, the organizations, the businesses, to lead a fundraiser at their place of work. And it can be whatever they want it to be. There's things like chili cook-offs. There's things like, pay to wear casual clothes to work day. They do different types of fundraisers, percentage of sales. There's a lot of unique ones out there, and we love to share ideas with people. If they're not sure where to start, we can really help with that. But the success of iCare over the years has really helped the hotline number where, if a survivor would like to reach out, just the awareness of that number being available, but also knowing that Harmony House is more than just a shelter, that there's all kinds of services that we offer. And that's really the encouraging part too. Domestic violence is a huge issue in Southwest Missouri, and we just need more people to know how to help when they hear of something happening.
For sure.
Yeah, I want to piggyback on that. You did mention that services outside of being in shelter, and that's come to find out is a misnomer. A lot of people think that they have to be staying here to be helped. They do not.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna
we
ask that.
have-
That's
Right.
an
We have
excellent point.
Yeah, we have advocates and navigators who are helping people who are not even sheltered here to find those pathways to the legal services, to the housing. So yeah, that we're helping well beyond the people that are inside the walls here as well. And yeah, we had 100,000 calls. Our 100,000th call on our hotline since its inception came to us in June. And at first we were just like, I mean, that's a heartbreaking and a staggering number. But then when we stopped and took a pause and we're like, you know what? We've had iCare going on also for 10 years. And as we see those numbers increasing, it's because we're getting the word out.
Mhm.
That's the important thing, is that the word is getting out. People are knowing where to come. People are knowing who to call. And that's the key. That's the whole point of iCare, is to be a resource and get the word out and make it, not make it so, it's such a bad thing to talk about. People are talking about domestic abuse now, and getting it out in the open, and giving those resources. So,
Yeah.
Are there things? Go ahead.
I'm
Did you
sorry.
have more to add?
I was going to mention too. I know you mentioned our we do the black eye sticker,
Yeah.
and that is really used to represent how much domestic violence is more than just physical abuse. That it's an emotional abuse, it's financial abuse, it's abuse with housing and conditions of living, or controlling the way someone dresses. It's just an endless onslaught of power and control that someone takes over someone else. And we always want to make sure to say that that black eye sticker represents way more than just a black eye, but it's not always visible to the community, and that's what we want to represent. That people may be going through it and you may not see it.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of leads into what I was about to ask, or what are some of the things that people should be aware of and watch for? What are some of those signs that someone's in trouble, or even themselves, and might not even fully realize it yet because they've gotten so complacent with it?
Sure. I had mentioned it, but does your intimate partner criticize how you dress or ask to control how you dress? I'm not sure I like it when you wear those shoes because you're taller than me, sort of thing, or something like that. It could be, degrading you for the way you manage your money. It can be obviously physical, but the thing about domestic violence is that it doesn't just start that way immediately. It often starts in a typical romantic relationship, that the abuser seeks to control the other person, and it's pervasive and it's slow. And so the warning signs should be, when you feel like you're having to change how you behave, or that you're in fear of someone else. But if you're seeing coworkers or loved ones, do they withdraw into themselves in social settings? Do you see that they aren't doing things that they normally like to do? Do you miss them at the normal gatherings, sorts of things? Are they unwilling to talk about the relationship? Or if they do they have to change the subject right away? And really, there's no exact set guideline on how to heal from domestic violence. And if the best thing that we can do to help is share, there is a number you can call, there is a place in town where you can get some help. And we never want to tell an abuser, why don't you just leave, sort of thing. We try to explain that, say, in the situation, it can only get worse, and share that it's whatever they want to do to heal is the right thing to do. And you know, we found that with the programs at Harmony House, Amber had mentioned average of 7 times returning to an abuser, that the things that they learn here, that's not as frequent, the returning. And so we just want to help educate in that sense.
Very
too.
good. Any other collaborations coming up in the community that we need to know about?
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
Like we mentioned, the iCare, you can
Yeah.
partner with us. That's actually on the website as well. Go to events, scroll down to iCare, and you can learn more about it. You can register for it. It's um, a small amount to register and get involved. We have a breakfast that will be the kickoff for that event that is open to the public. We'd love to have RSVPs for that, but again, it is open to the public. That'll be at the Oasis on September 26th at 7:30 a.m. And then right after that, right on the heels of our iCare month, will be the Halloween Hustle,
Mhm.
which is hosted by City Utilities. And oh gosh, how many years have they been doing this? A lot.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's really grown.
Yeah. So very excited with the theme this year. It's going to be a great time. And that is on October 29th on Saturday. So registration is also available for that. You can see that on our events page. And then we have some other things. We have an event coming up in November that is currently under wraps, but is going to be very exciting for the community. So just keep an eye on our events page because we'll be posting
Absolutely.
that as soon as it gets opened up.
Well, when it does, you can come talk about it. Thank you for all you're doing for our community. Appreciate you. Harmony House, Amber and Carl, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you,
And
Trina.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem. You can link over and watch all of the videos from runradio.net.